So the quadratic formula. It says if a quadratic, what does that even mean? What's a quadratic again? What's a quadratic equation? Huh? Has an x squared in it. Okay, has an x squared in it. If a quadratic can't be factorized by sight, we can solve it by using the quadratic formula. We can solve it by using the quadratic formula anyway, even if it can be factorized. It's a lot harder. You know, it's a lot harder to do, but we could do it. And here's what it says. It says, if I have a quadratic, what are the a, the b, and the c? Okay, so the a and the b and the c are just the coefficients. They're just numbers. So a, b, and c are numbers. So we had an example yesterday. It was like 2x squared plus 7x minus 8. All right? There'll be some numbers in there. Then I can solve for x by using this formula. Okay, now, that formula needs to be memorized. I know, it's a shocker, isn't it? It's a little bit of a shocker. But if you went to any girl in math methods in year 11 and 12 right now and said, what's the quadratic formula? They'd go, minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4acl over 2a. Okay, they'd say it right out like that. Because they use it a lot and they need it. Yeah?
Because next to minus b, there's a plus and a minus. That just you can choose whichever, or does it have to?
It means there's going to be two answers. Is there two answers when we factorize? Yeah, and you'll see how the two answers work in a minute. But that's a great question. The plus or minus means we're going to get two answers. Okay, perfect. Now, this bit right here, I'm just going to save that. It's really, really important, all of that. But I'm just going to save it for after. Okay, so let's just wait on that and try an example. All right, so here I go. I look at this problem and I say, are there two things that multiply to -3 that add to 5? No. Okay, it's a monic, and so it should work that they should multiply in 3 and add to 5. Okay? That means the answers to this are going to be surds because it doesn't factorize. So let's write that down. If a quadratic equation can't be factorized, the solutions will be, I'm going to write like this, surdish. Okay, there'll be surdy, yucky, poo answers. Okay, so there's going to be surds involved in these answers. So I want you to watch me without writing anything, and then I'm going to stop, and then you can write. Okay, but I need you to watch me. Can you do it? Okay, so put your pen down after you get with that orange. And here's how you're going to work it out. You're going to go, okay, it doesn't factorize. So I'm going to use this formula. And then I'm going to write down what the a and the b and the c are over here. What is a? 1, because it's monic, right? There's a 1 right here. And that's 5, and that's -3. So I have to take the sign with the number, with the term, okay? And then I'm going to put them in there really carefully, and I'm going to go opposite of b, negative b. -5 plus or minus the square root of, and now I must use brackets, 5 squared minus 4 times 1 times -3. Where are these brackets coming from? Anything I'm substituting in under there needs brackets, okay? Anything I'm subbing in needs brackets. And then when you get clever, you might say, well, I didn't use the brackets, but you're not clever yet, so you need the brackets, okay? And then over 2 times a, so 2 times 1. Okay, you can write now. Again. Okay, so I've figured out underneath there And so I got this equals negative 5 plus or minus the square root of 37 over 2. That is the exact answer. I'm done. Okay? So when I circle this part, that's if they ask me for an exact answer. That's it. Exact answer. Right. What if they say to 2 decimal places? Okay, if they ask me to 2 decimal places, then I have to use Sonny's plus or minus. Okay, I have to use the plus or minus. And I have to say, okay, I'm really getting negative 5 plus the square root of 37 divided by 2, and negative 5 minus the square root of 37 divided by 2. And then I use my calculator and I get a decimal. Make sure you hit equals before you divide by 2 or you'll get it wrong. See if you get the same thing as me. 2 decimal places. If you don't hit the equals before you do, is that what you got?